5, 2. Wait, no, 2. Goddamn it, 4. I can't do my countdowns right. What the fuck? Here we go. Man, look at that slow motion. That slow motion. MCA ringside hanging out. Damn. Wait, hold on. Let me pause this. MCA.
What?
And this is MCA again. Ringside war.
That's the second time you've acknowledged that.
That makes no goddamn sense. That's one dumbass logo. Yo, people, I don't even know what to say. I just realized how stupid we sound. That's one of the most random ass logos. MCA Ringside War. People, we made it to the wrong show.
Yes, join us at the MCA Ringside MCA War, where we join you at war. Apparently.
That's like equivalent. WWE was like, "Hey, it's WWE Road Wrestling Entertainment Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, Raw." What?
God damn.
People, so I guess we'll do this off the right way. Okay, the music's still playing. Oh yeah, the guitar. Holy shit! Right? It's still fucked up. Oh, people, we are here. We're hanging out at ringside because the MCA ringside, and we're hanging out on top of wrestling. Gotta tell y'all, and I was telling Trey about this before we started. I didn't get to see most of tonight's show. I got to see 2 segments, and those segments were really good. And I was super happy about those segments. But we'll move on from that and talk about the rest of the show. And most of the time, I think Trey's going to be pretty much telling you all about how the show went. Right, Trey?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to give you the good, I'm going to give you the bad, and I'm going to give you the show sucked.
Damn. Well, there we go, folks. No, but we'll see what happens. Because one thing I got to bring up, and yes, we are starting to show off with the quickness. And by the way, too, I love Eddie being the first person always in there saying, "People!" That's my catchphrase, apparently. That's always a great way to start a show, honestly. Just saying people. I like that. Hey, people.
It makes people feel good. They're being acknowledged. They're like, hey, they're here to watch a show and they, getting acknowledged on the show.
I love it. And then the breathing, the oxygen, the breathing, the oxygen.
Yeah, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying.
There's so many people there too. Like all one person. Man, I love you guys. It's actually 3 people watching this, but it's 3 different personalities of Eddie, which is great. But moving on. So the big thing I want to discuss tonight is the fact that Big Cass. I am so won over by this motherfucker, man. Oh, that was such a good theme song. Granted, a little long. I don't know what the fuck he was pointing at when he came out to the ring, but you see where he was like standing on the ramp and he just kind of kept pointing his arm up? Like, what the fuck was that?
That was weird. Very weird. I don't know. It made me think of Kevin Nash doing the finger poke of doom thing where he just pointed to the ring like he was coming. Like,
yeah, it was weird as shit, man. And I don't think I'm the only one who noticed that. I feel like I was like, okay, this is fucking odd. And I will say that another thing that was kind of confusing, not in a bad way, just in a interesting, like, let's see where this goes away, but he was acting very heelish to a Miz who's acting very face-ish. I mean, do you see where I'm coming from with that, or do you feel like maybe I'm just trying to, play Be the Booker over here?
Yeah, that was a little weird. Like, even then, he got scary. Like, hey, whoa. We're not here for, for this. We're here for Daniel Bryan. Like, he started getting a little scared for a bit. I don't know. This might turn to a little face change. Because even then, he brought up how his daughter changed his life. So I'm just like, hey, maybe this is the road for Miz to become a face. But then again, I don't want to see face Miz. Miz as a face was horribly, terribly done, man. Like, unless they try to do it right, I don't want to see it.
Well, see, it was badly done, but because they didn't let Miz go off on his thing, they just made him babyface. And Miz needs to be a good guy who goes off like the fucking Miz. I think that'd be great. And it needs to be something like, for one, and here's the thing I really liked about this too, he was still being kind of a shitty asshole because he was like, yo, Daniel Bryan, Birdie, you come back from having your kid and you're still a dick, you're still angry all the time. I don't know what's up with your relationship with your daughter. And I was like, okay, that's actually pretty impressive how he was still able to like get in a nudge of heelness in there and continue the rivalry in a sense, but still managed to, by the end of this promo, be kind of a face. I mean, dude, this promo, I was so happy with both Miz and Big Cass. How about you? What you feel about it?
More so Miz than Big Cass for the most part. Big Cass's thing just seemed like it was a metaphor about Enzo Amore. Like, Daniel Bryan was in the role of Enzo Amore in terms of, him being like the little small guy that stopped him from getting over for the most part. That was pretty much the hint of the promo. Like he was using Dane Bryan as the example since he's the the guy everybody loves. He's the only guy in the roster that gets the Attitude Era pops nowadays. So it's kind of like Enzo Amore was kind of that for people for the most part. Well, at least more so in NXT than on the main roster, to be honest. Hell, even doing his promo tonight, people were chanting, "We want Enzo." That was so
really?
weird to hear. Yeah, that was weird to hear, man. Like, I was just like, why are they chanting "We want Enzo"? For months, people hated this guy, and they're chanting "We want Enzo" while Big Cass is cutting this promo. So yeah, that was a
Do you
little
feel
weird
like
to
there's a little
me
bit of that
from the
thing with?
fans.
Do you think it's a little bit of that thing with the universe where they do with like when Bray Wyatt first came out, it was like Husky Harris, like just trying to like take control because they had to have that control now, or
I think so a little bit as well because the thing is when he made the reference of him being 7 foot tall, like he paused for a bit because the fans started saying, "And you can't teach that." Like, so I feel like it was kind of a little bit of that as well. But I think he got some room to improve on his promo work. Some it was just a way for him to finally address the Enzo Amore situation in a vague way.
okay. Yeah, no, I see your point there. But yeah, his promo wasn't the best, but for being a guy where he only had like 5 lines of dialogue that were the same every single night, I was impressed, especially for a big guy because the Big Show will come out, and even if it's a good promo, the Big Show's like rah, 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 rah. It's like sometimes I don't know what the fuck he's saying, and the Big Cass sounds pretty cool, sounds confident, talking about good looks that he has, being kind of a one of those chicken shit heels that talk good about themselves. But the thing is, Big Cass can back it up because he'll fucking destroy you. He's a monster. And it's cool to see a monster so charismatic and so full of himself for once, because this is a character I haven't really seen a whole lot. You don't see a lot of full of yourself giants in wrestling, I don't think.
No, you don't really. No. Like I think Big Show tried to do that, but it failed for the most part. So yeah, like, I think this was a good chance for a big guy like Big Cass to even try that.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, the chat, they're saying Happy Hovig Day. Hovig is not here. Hopefully, he's watching somewhere out there. He is not fired. Don't worry. He will be back by, I think, Friday. And me and you will talk about this later on, Trey, if we're going to be doing the show on Friday because of the whole Saudi Arabia Greatest Rumble thing. But aside from that, Jojo is actually saying that, he said, SmackDown won the shakeup. And I think that's completely true. I think that they really did win the shakeup because Raw, they just pretty much did the exact same thing that SmackDown was doing before they started sucking. Or actually, they were doing the same thing that SmackDown was doing while they were sucking. That's the big problem. The only difference with those characters from that roster is just it's with red robes now. And this was very different. Miz and Big Cass are from Raw. These two have not fought. This was a great pairing. This is something that we need to see. And I loved it. I loved it very, very much. Moving on, though. Moving on to... actually, it's pretty much the same topic. I was going to ask you about this. I'm trying to fight off the hiccups. Daniel Bryan being beaten up backstage. What was up with that? Because I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, Becky Lynch and Oscar was coming to the stage and everything. They were doing that normal, like, yeah, these people come out to the ring net, but before they can get the word out, next thing you know, Daniel Bryan was down on the ground and he got beat up by somebody. We don't know who did it. It's one of those like, oh, it's a mystery. Who did it? That kind of things. So, I mean, I think it's going to be obvious and it's going to be Big Cass, but I would like to see the surprise on who it might be. I mean, I don't really have any other guesses but Big Cass right now.
I mean, I'm thinking of somebody that has to be from Raw. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Samoa Joe. I mean, that'd be something that'd be really cool. Just because he was on the show. I mean, he did some kind of promo or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm going to destroy everybody. It'd be cool if Samoa Joe starts going after the indie darlings. Maybe Samoa Joe starts fighting 205 Live guys since they're technically in the same building anyways. Just be like, you know what? For now, it's going to be Samoa Joe beat the fuck up a little internet darling challenge, leading up to the Daniel Bryan fight they'll eventually have. And he just whoops ass on Akira Tozawa, fucking Mustafa Ali, like everybody. I think that'd be really cool. And I don't know if that'd be something too repetitive for you, Trey, but I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, do you think that might be the case or not?
I don't think that would be the case, but that would be so awesome if that was a thing. I was not gonna lie, I love that. That is awesome booking in the sense I would love to see. For one, I do want to see a Joe versus Daniel Bryan match because I think Samoa Joe is still a good wrestler. I just say he hasn't been able to put on the performances we've seen on TNA on the main roster just yet. And of course, Daniel Bryan, we know he can go. So I think it would be an interesting dynamic between the two. I just don't see it being the way that it's gonna go your way. But god dang it, man, it would have been awesome if they did do that. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. This whole Dane Bryan getting knocked over thing is kind of like I hope it's not like a monthly thing where it goes on for months and then be like, oh, who is it? I just wanted to be like kind of a quick like, okay, let's figure out who did it.
They need to do a Stone Cold style. I know we always bring up Attitude Era shit. I'm sorry to be like every other guy on the internet with wrestling. But man, wouldn't it be cool if Daniel Bryan was like, okay, who the fuck did it? And then he comes back and just starts beating up people, even faces. And people are just like, yo, it wasn't me. And Daniel Bryan's like, well, just in case it was you, like, I need to get you in the ring. And I'm going to tap your ass out until I find that motherfucker who did it. You know what I mean? Like, that'd
Right.
be cool. But then again, it's like, well, how could Daniel Bryan not see? You know what I mean? Like, the guy was favoring his stomach. So it's like, you know, what, well, your eyes were closed for a second. Someone hit you with a sledgehammer and disappeared like Sonic. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. Really cool little thing there. I'm not gonna say it's good or bad yet, but we'll see what happens with that. Nakamura, man, Trey, I gotta eat them words, bro. I love Nakamura right now. I do.
Dude, he has changed himself around, and even then, even though you hated Nakamura to the point you went on like a well, you would go pretty far in your tirades. I was on the fence that I wanted him just to go back to New Japan because he just wasn't making it in the WWE, in my opinion. He just wasn't getting over and everything. This is the best that happened for him, man. To the point where he even got that new theme song just so he can say "suck it" to the fans who always trying to sing his theme song. And I'm not gonna lie, man, as somebody who dives into the Japanese music culture because of my love of anime, I do like the Japanese rap song that they got on there. It sounded pretty awesome with the track. So yeah, I'm loving this heel Nakamura, man. He is healing it up to 11. I can't wait to see like what more stuff he does on the Greatest Royal Rumble this Friday in terms of him being a heel, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah, and I like how they even had like this little theme song or music video up for him and everything too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what to think anymore about Nakamura because I hate everything about him. But as a heel, it works so well. It's like I don't feel like it's being thrown down my fucking throat. Like it's not being shoved down me. And with him being a heel, I can choose whether I like him or I don't. And if I don't like him, that's good because he's a bad guy. And if I do like him, then it's like I like him, yay! Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah.
so because tonight I will tell you he wasn't that impressive, but he's not supposed to be that impressive. He's supposed to fuck people up. That's the heel thing. You're supposed to make sure to be in charge and. The whole emotional thing, yes, it was corny. I'm going to say this shit was pretty bad. But for storyline purposes and just being at least a little bit different, I did enjoy that Carl Anderson jumped in front of AJ Styles right before the Kinshasa. And I was like, that was cool. That's good storytelling. Like, just like, if you guys were ever wondering, ooh, who are they going to side with, Nakamura or AJ Styles? Well, they threw themselves right in front of AJ Styles shit like a fucking bullet. Like, man, what drama. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. Did you feel like that was too corny, Trey, or what did you feel about that particular ending tonight?
I didn't think it was corny at all. I thought it was pretty amazing storytelling. Still proving his loyalty to AJ Styles to the point where it's the club for the most part. I mean, Raw's Battle Club when they're on there, AJ Styles is part of the club. So yeah, I thought it was pretty awesome that they was even a thing. Plus, it holds it off and protects AJ for the Greatest Royal Rumble event this Friday. So yeah, I didn't think it was corny at all.
Okay, cool. And I mean, like I said, the way and when I say corny, I thought that the delivery of it because. Man, this is the thing I hate with like The Rock and Cena is I do this thing, and granted now I'm comparing them to AJ Styles, so congratulations AJ Styles, I'm comparing you to the best people of all time. But I always felt like The Rock would always like sell so much to the point where I'm like, dude, just move your fucking legs. Like this opponent AJ Styles is basically already on the second rope, kind of railing, like he could pretty much do something, and he still allows his friend to get Kinshasa or Kinshasa, whatever the fuck that word is. But he still allows it to happen when he's trying to like jump in the way, just 1 minute too slow, whatever the fuck. And I hate that. I hate when you take a move that normally during the match you would get right back up from, or at least be able to get up and have a fighting whatever the fuck thing. But because of this segment, because of the plot armor, AJ Styles gets hit with a kick or whatever the fuck, and he's stuck on the floor forever, like he's fucking glued to it. That shit gets on my nerves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of, I mean, it's an acting thing. And wrestling is acting to a certain extent, so I can't help but take points off of that because of the fact that, like, yeah, this shit that The Rock did too. The Rock would, be able to take a bunch of finishing moves and kick out whatever, but yet, you know, clothesline for Brock Lesnar, and he's like holding his stomach for some reason. You can't fucking like get out of the ring. You know, I hate overselling, but that's all that is. Highs and lows. This is where I'm going to shut my mouth completely and Trey everything about the show, high and low. Go ahead, tell me what you think. So let's start off with highs. What are some highs from tonight's show for you?
Like we said earlier, the promo from the earlier was pretty cool and everything. The Shelton Benjamin Randy Orton match was pretty good, but the thing is, I forgot Shelton Benjamin even won for some. So I thought Randy Orton lost. Like I don't know why. I thought Randy Orton won. My bad. But yeah, I thought that match was pretty good though. The other thing was the signing between Carmella and Charlotte. Man, Carmella went off tonight.
Damn, I kind of
she
missed that.
went off. Yeah, that was a great segment. I loved it a lot. I like how she was just like, man, why? This isn't her kingdom anymore. This is mine now. Like, the champion doesn't come out last? Like, what is your problem? Like, I just love that, man. That was pretty amazing. Other than that, and the main event was pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. My lows. God, man, I love them so much. But the iconic duo, or the Iconics as they're called on the main roster now, hate that name change, and I hate them tonight. God dang, am I starting to see what you and your family member are talking about? Their promos are it was annoying up to 11 to the point where I had to mute my freaking TV because I couldn't stand it. It was so annoying, and I guess that's the point for them to be annoying. But even then, I think there's a level of, you know, like, I don't remember Lay Cool being that annoying.
I'm like, so glad you said that, because I was thinking, like, you know what? This could be a thing where you're trying to be like Lay Cool. Like, oh my God, Michelle, she's so stupid. Oh yeah, she's stupid. Oh my God. You know, the whole thing.
That loud? Like, yeah, I don't remember them ever being that loud. That's the thing. I'm very weirded out by that. But yeah, that was a low point. And even then, like the match, I think they might be trying to hint to the Becky Lynch Asuka feud for some reason, because Becky Lynch accidentally knocked out Asuka outside the ring, and even then, we're starting to see the downfall of Asuka a little bit, because technically this is her second loss. Now the Iconics won, so I think they were finally. Yeah, the Iconics won. Peyton Royce and got the roll up on Becky Lynch. But, you know, even though Asuka didn't get pinned, this was still a loss, you know, for her. So yeah, she is their second loss on the main roster and everything. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, like now that Charlotte beat her, it's about that time for her to suffer these kind of losses. I'm indifferent about the Naomi thing. No, the Jey Uso, well, it was Jimmy Uso and Eric Rowan in the match. I'm very indifferent about it, especially the whole like promo they had backstage. It wasn't bad, and then she came out and did her entrance and everything to save Jimmy for being beaten. I still think this goes back to my argument from last week, where I feel like it kind of weakens them a bit. Like I just don't like that at all, because you know, I get that Naomi's scared and everything, doesn't want her husband to get hurt, but at the same time, like the Usos before the Bloods and Brothers even came was this dominant, strong tag team. Now they're starting to seem weak, and this did not help them out at all. So yeah, that was on my low points for the night.
Okay, by the way, the YouTube chat, they're making fun of you again with that picture. Shark is saying, Trey, rotate your picture. It looks like you're too sweet in the edge of the circle.
Man, I can't. I tried.
We'll figure it out. And by the way, too, it's going to look like that no matter what, because his fingers are outside that circle. So he's too sweet in somebody. But yeah, and then Shark also said, too, he agreed with you. He's saying that, yeah, he muted his TV when the Iconics started talking as well. They were really bad in NXT, I will say. I thought Peyton Royce has gotten a lot better in the ring. Billie Kay is still unbelievably bad. I hate her in-ring skill. Man, like rest hold upon motherfucking rest hold. Like, she loves the sleeper lock. God damn. But Peyton Royce, she does good. I like her selling and everything like that too. But as far as like the mic work, she's fucking trash. But she's supposed to be. So I don't even know how to. It's hard to rate shit like that, because me and you get in a situation where it's like, if we're talking about like whether a heel is good or not, we had to discuss, okay, do we really hate this heel? And do you ever really hate heels, Trey, or no?
It depends. like for instance, I used to really I hated Edge. Like I used to
Oh
really hate
yes.
him. But that was the thing. Like I know I really hated his character. I didn't really hate him as a person. But man, he was such an amazing heel to the point that I bought into it. Like even then, with people telling me wrestling's fake and everything and stuff like that, it's like it didn't matter because Edge I felt like was a wrestler that would like sell you that hey, this is legit going on, and you have every reason to hate me. And boy, did I!
Yeah.
I hated it. Yeah, so
And even when I was a
I
kid,
saw.
Stone Cold, I hated a lot when he first turned heel with Vince. And I legitimately, I mean, this is my favorite character. I used to dress like him, talk like him, everything. Stone Cold. Had so much Stone Cold shit in my room, and I took it all down when he turned heel because he was so villainous. It didn't make me mad. It made me sad. I was like, what happened to my fucking hero? You know what I mean? Like beating up Lita and the Hardy Boys and Edge, or being friends with Edge and Christian and Rhino and Kurt Angle. Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Rikishi was another heel that I hated. I think Rikishi purposely did bad promos because it made you hate him more. You know, God, I'm trying to think who else though, like in the like recent.
Yeah,
Muhammad
me too.
Hassan.
I'm trying to think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No. You're good. You're good. And you said, go ahead and take it because you said Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah, Muhammad Hassan. Yeah, him and Davari. I fucking couldn't stand them, man. Every time Muhammad Hassan was on, I was getting and that's the thing. When he was in the Royal Rumble and everybody threw him out as a comedy sketch or whatever, I thought that was hilarious, and I was so happy that they did that because I hate his character so much. But it's unfortunate because the guy behind the Muhammad Hassan character is amazing. He's a great wrestler, and that shit happened. So I was like, damn, man, that kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah.
But anybody else that you would mention that you kind of hate as a heel?
Man, I can't think of one at all right now. I think I remember being upset, like really hating the Wolfpack for the most part when they did the Finger Poke of Doom. Only
Oh yeah.
because I was a fan of them. So when they joined the NWO Black and White and they formed the NWO Elite, that really pissed me off, especially them betraying Conan and everything and stuff. But that was when I was a kid. As a recent memory, I don't know. I can't think of anything that made me just straight up be like, yeah, this guy sucks and everything and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I don't like him.
Actually, it's kind of funny because this is another person I was thinking of too, and this was really bad when it happened. But our boy Shark says JBL. He said JBL was really annoying for him, and I don't blame him. JBL was a fucking super annoying heel, and the fact that he was such a badass and really fun character with Ron Simmons and APA, to see him turn into this with the worst theme song ever, it was like, man, fuck you so much, you know. And plus, JBL said a lot of racist shit too. I mean, his feud with Eddie Guerrero was insane, and JBL was the one person that made me actually kind of like John Cena for a second. So yeah, that's definitely one for me. But yeah, moving on though. It's time for our ratings. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna give two different sets of ratings. I'm gonna give one rating for what I know of the show from what Trey told me and some things I read, and then I'm gonna review the show from what I felt. So I'll start off with the latter of the two. When I saw the first segment and I saw the end segment, just judging by those two, this was a 4.5 out of 5. Those segments, it's what I wanted from SmackDown. Easily, SmackDown won the shakeup. Absolutely amazing. But after hearing what Trey said, after reading the things I read, I gotta say, yeah, this was definitely just an average 3 out of 5. Maybe like, I don't even know. Just 3 out of 5. Just because of the fact that, yeah, like these storylines and just being annoying on purpose, the Iconics really did not need to do a promo right now. You know, they just did a big one last week. You could definitely wait for that. And especially don't do it in the fucking rain. So yeah, shit like that just kind of annoying to me. But yeah, 3 out of 5 for me. Trey, what about you, sir?
Yeah, it was more of a 2.5 out of show tonight. You are correct because you had the question yesterday about the shakeup of Raw was really shook up and everything, and the answer was pretty much no for me and you. SmackDown was shooken up, man. I felt like everything was pretty brand new in a sense. It wasn't. They're working out the kinks. I feel. I'm hoping that it improves in time and whatnot. But I do feel like SmackDown was shaken up because we saw, like you said earlier with the Shelton Benjamin Randy Orton match, we saw new stuff. I mean, even then, like even if I didn't enjoy the Iconics Becky Lynch and Asuka thing, I mean, it was something different. It wasn't that typical bullcrap we are seeing on Raw right now. I mean, we had that 10 tag team match with all these different feuds going on and everything. Meanwhile, we got something original with the Iconic duo and Becky Lynch and Asuka. And then, even though I'm not enjoying the Jimmy Uso stuff or whatnot, the tag team division on there seemed to be striving a little bit more. I mean, yeah, I am enjoying Matt Hardy and the Bray Wyatt thing for the most part, but pretty much, I think that's it for right now in terms of the tag team division over there. So yeah, I think they're killing it and stuff. And then of course the Shinsuke AJ feud, way more interesting than Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns.
Oh
That
yeah.
goes without saying. That goes without saying. You know, because it's a new feud now. This Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns feud has been going on for almost 3 years.
Yeah, like it's
So
because we've seen this AJ Styles thing, whatever the fuck, and we've seen it in New Japan, and we've seen it, a few times. But it's like this feels like its own thing. This is not like leveraging on all the other shit. You know what I mean? This is being its own thing and telling its own story. The Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns thing, this is just a continuation from what happened in 2015. Like, we have seen the fuck out of this, you know?
exactly. Because the thing is, like, even the AJ Styles Nakamura's history of Japan, for the most part, like, it was always just like kind of their faction warfare. They've only had 2 single matches against each other, one at Wrestle Kingdom and then at WrestleMania. And then even then, we're going to get a third one at the Greatest Royal Rumble. So it's kind of like this is still pretty fresh. It's still something new and whatnot. It's not something that we're seeing over and over and over again for the most part. And even then, those matches between those matches with AJ and Shinsuke were pretty spaced out on how they happened for the most part, and it's more original booking because even then, Roman and Brock Lesnar, even though they were kind of spaced out, it's the same thing. Even Samoa Joe said it yesterday. Like, you're doing the same exact thing, and you're saying the exact things you've been saying for the past, few years. You guys have had this match, so what's going to be different this time? This is something that's more like, hey, like they're adding actual story. They actually add some substance for us to enjoy this stuff. So yeah, SmackDown definitely 100% won the shake up, but this was a 2.5 out of 5 show for me.
Okay, and that makes tons of sense. And by the way, in case you guys are wondering where our boy Hovig's at, he is just enjoying himself. What kind of fruit-tastic ass picture is this? Like, look at the beautiful water out here. Look at me, we're just chilling. Like, Hovig's over there enjoying himself in the Bahamas. Apparently, you're seeing he's waiting on the tarmac before and after pictures from his waterfront view of the hotel, which is great. Happy for you, Hovig. But when he comes back, we'll make sure to get ghetto as fuck so he doesn't turn into a big fruitcake. But no, seriously, Hovig, we love you. We can't wait for you to be back. And Trey, this is what I was going to ask you. What are the chances of us actually doing something Friday morning for the Greatest Royal Rumble?
Friday morning, I seriously doubt it unless I can not get off work, but like if it's during my lunch break or something like that, I'll be able to like sneak away and do the show for a little bit and then get back to my job. But Friday night, I'm free.
Okay, well, we might actually do this on Friday night. Maybe Hope can join us as well. But yes, our Greatest Royal Rumble review, Friday. And good Lord, man, I'm going to ask you a couple things really quick before we head on off. Who do you think is going to win the Lesnar-Reigns match? Who do you think is going to win AJ Styles versus Nakamura? And who do you think is going to win the Greatest Royal Rumble?
I think Reigns is gonna beat Lesnar here. I think AJ is gonna retain, and the Greatest Royal Rumble, that is really, really, really hard. I don't know who's gonna win that, but if I had to really guess, it might be Daniel Bryan.
I'm either thinking it's gonna be Daniel Bryan, or it's gonna be somebody like. I mean, honestly, I think Samoa Joe might win. I mean, that might be a big thing. Or
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, or one thing I've always thought about too is like when it comes to people that are kind of losing their character and they just need something to say, hey, I did this. They usually win something big like that. I'm thinking Braun Strowman. I mean, he's doing his comedy thing. He kind of can't get out of it. What if he won the Royal Rumble and now he has a shot at the world title?
That'd be cool. I would love that because he needs the character change again because what he's doing now, nah, this is not why we like Braun.
Yeah, that shit is rough. But with that said, it is time for us to get the fuck out of here. People, thank you for watching. Trey, why don't you tell the folks what's going to be on the itinerary for the rest of this week?
Oh, yeah, because you know what else they're going to watch?
Oh, they're going to watch Segways.
The Midweek Chat Attack, just right. Join us on the Midweek Chat Attack where we talk about things and topics of the middle of the week. And then Friday, you got the Untitled Gaming Show, man, by Mr. Alan and I'm messing that up. Alan Birdman and Ganja Guru. Midnight Chat Tank Facebook page.
You really fucked up there. Alan.
I can't want to say Alan Ganja Man. I said Alan Ganja Man or something like that. I don't know. But on Tyler Gaming Show on the Facebook page. Join us there. Join the Facebook page of the Midnight Chat Tank. We got awesome stuff going there all the time. Also, join the Midnight Chat Tank Amino. Join us there. Community questions are back on the Midnight Chat Tank. Go ahead and ask questions, and we'll go ahead and get on that show, as well as the playlist as well. If you want us to listen to your funky sweet jams, as Nick like to make fun of me about saying, go ahead and add that music to the playlist. And then, of course, Saturday is the main event of this show. Oh, wait, I forgot. Friday as well. We are going to review The Greatest Warrior Rumble, so join us there as well. And then the main event of this channel, the Midnight Chat Attack. Join us there at 7:30 CST. You got the After Hours Ramble, Mr. Ganja Guru, Alan Birdman. And then, of course, you turn that clock back around, you get the Midnight War Ringside Hangouts.
I get the MCA Ringside Hangout, MTA Ringside Hangout, WE Ringside. Man, good lord, that was some really bad shit.
I'm just more mad that I'm gonna say Alan Ganja Man.
I know. Actually, did you make this logo? But no. No, by the way, the person who actually wrote or made this, he was one of our old hosts. This is a great logo. I'm just saying, I love this logo. I just never really noticed what it really means. MCA Ringside War. I don't know. But
I think he might have based off the whole old Raw's War thing, but yeah. I don't remember there being, like, in the middle it would say is, so it's weird to see MCA War, and then in the middle we got MCA Ringside. So exactly. I think that's kind of what messed it up.
But either way, people, that's going to be it for us. Thank you very much for watching. And on that 1, and on that 2, and on that 3, Trey,
attack the mother beeping chat.
The SummerSlam is a pretty crappy show. But
it is. It's a very bad show. Screw SummerSlam. Roadblock. This is a great show this week, but Roadblock is not a great show. Don't believe the hype.
Fuck St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Hey, but TNA Redemption is great.